My beloved child, draw close, for I feel a holy stirring in the atmosphere around you. I sense the breath of heaven moving, gentle yet mighty, like a wind that carries a message long delayed but now finally delivered. Listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you is not ordinary speech. This is the whisper of the Spirit, the sound that echoes between the wings of angels. Here is a moment, rare, sacred, trembling with divine electricity, when the realms above bend low toward the earth. And today, child of light, that moment belongs to you. I see a vision forming, radiant and powerful. The heavens are not silent. The heavens are not closed. The heavens are not resisting you. Instead, they are responding. For behold, in the brilliance of celestial fire, Archangel Michael stands. You know him, warrior of the Most High, defender of God's chosen, the one who fights battles unseen and ushers in victories impossible by human hands. But today he does something unusual, something that makes all of heaven pause. He smiles. Not a small smile. Not a casual one. A smile filled with triumph. A smile that carries centuries of battles won. A smile that says, "It is finished. The breakthrough is delivered." My child, when Michael smiles, it is because heaven has reached a verdict in your favor. It is because the warfare surrounding your life has finally been overturned. It is because the miracle that has been forming, wrestling, battling its way through layers of resistance has finally pierced through the last barrier. I see it clearly, a burst of light tearing through the heavens like a comet of glory. And inside that light is your miracle, your long-awaited answer, your long-prayed request, your long-fought victory. It does not wander. It does not hesitate. It does not question its assignment. It comes directly toward you. It approaches as though it knows your name. My beloved child, your miracle is not lost. It is not stuck. It is not delayed anymore. It is standing at your door. Right now. At this very moment. A divine promise delivered. A heavenly gift sent with intention. Michael's smile is the signal, the holy announcement that your time has come. And I want you to hear this with all the faith inside your spirit. This miracle is not waiting for permission to enter your life. It is waiting for you to claim it. It is waiting for you to open the door. It is waiting for you to say, "I receive what heaven has declared mine." So listen closely in this sacred hour, because the heavens have shifted in your favor, and the sound of Michael's victory cry still echoes above you. Your miracle stands ready. Your breakthrough stands ready. Your new season stands ready. And heaven is watching, waiting, smiling. My beloved child, as we continue this sacred journey together, come a little closer, for there is something I must reveal to you about the beginning of your breakthrough. Many people think miracles appear suddenly, like lightning that flashes without warning, but the truth is far deeper. Long before your miracle reached your door, long before Archangel Michael smiled, something profound began to unfold in the invisible realms. Heaven shifted. The atmosphere around your life changed. And the moment that shift happened, all of creation started preparing for what you are receiving now. I want you to imagine the throne room of God, high and lifted above every power and every authority. There, nothing moves without purpose. Nothing happens without divine intention. Every whisper is weighty, every motion is meaningful. It was in that holy place, my child, where your story was revisited. Your prayers were brought before the throne again, not forgotten, not ignored, but reviewed with tenderness. And in that moment, something stirred in the heart of heaven concerning you. It began with your tears, the ones you thought no one saw. Tears shed in silence, Tears shed in frustration, tears shed in late hours when your strength felt like it was breaking. Heaven collects those tears, my beloved, and today I tell you with certainty that they were not wasted. They became the very evidence that stood before the courts of heaven. They spoke on your behalf. They testified to your perseverance. They moved the heart of God. There came a moment, a divine moment, when the Father looked upon your endurance, your faith, your resilience, and declared, "Enough. It is time." The shift did not begin on earth. It began above, where angels stand in reverence and glory dances across eternity. A holy proclamation ignited a movement. Suddenly, angels that had been assigned to you from long ago were stirred into action. They rose. They prepared. They aligned themselves for a divine assignment that carried your name. And at the center of this movement stood Archangel Michael, the great warrior of heaven. When Michael steps forward, all resistance trembles. He does not move for trivial matters. He moves when destinies are at stake. He moves when promises are being delivered. He moves when breakthroughs must be defended. So when Michael stepped out for you, it was a sign that your miracle was too precious to be lost, too important to be delayed, too ordained to be denied. But before he smiled, before he declared victory, there was a battle. Not the kind you see with human eyes, but one waged in the spiritual realm. Forces that had resisted your progress for years, forces that attempted to cloud your purpose, forces that whispered lies into your mind, rose up in one last effort to block what heaven had released. But they did not know that the shift had already occurred. They did not know that heaven had already made a ruling. They did not know that Michael had already drawn his sword. The battle was fierce, my child, fierce in ways no earthly struggle can describe. But the heavens do not tremble when darkness rages. They tremble when the light decides to intervene. And heaven intervened for you. Every delay that once stood against your miracle was shattered. Every barrier was lifted. Every spiritual weight that pressed against your life had to bow under the command of Michael. When he lifted his sword, darkness broke. When he advanced, every opposing force fled. And when the final enemy fell, something magnificent happened. The heavens opened. Not partially. Not slightly. Completely. It was like a veil being torn in two, like a door being flung wide, like the sky bending to kiss the earth. And from that opening came the miracle heaven had crafted for you. Not a random blessing. Not an accidental gift. A miracle formed from divine intention, shaped by the Father's love, strengthened through angelic warfare, and delivered at the perfect moment. This is why Michael smiled. His smile was not the start of your breakthrough. His smile was the confirmation that the battle had ended, the victory was sealed, and the miracle was now safely on its way. When heaven shifts, earth must respond. And you, my beloved child, are now living in the aftermath of that heavenly shift. My beloved child, let your heart stay open as we step deeper into this revelation, for what I am about to share is not merely information, but spiritual nourishment. You have heard me describe how the heavens shifted, how the great warrior Michael rose to defend what belongs to you. But now, let us pause at that holy image of Archangel Michael smiling, for within that smile lies a message so divine, so personal, so extraordinary, that you must understand its meaning. There are many expressions an angel can carry. They can be fierce when confronting darkness, solemn when delivering judgment, and radiant when worshiping before the throne. But a smile from Michael is rare. It is not a gesture of simplicity. It is a sign of divine satisfaction. It is heaven's way of saying, The matter had been settled. The victory has been delivered. The promise had been fulfilled. When Michael smiles, all the heavens take notice. My child, that smile was not aimless. It was not general. It was directed toward the miracle bearing your name. And deeper still, it was directed toward you. You must understand the weight of this, for heaven does not respond to every soul the same way. Heaven responds in alignment with faith, perseverance, and divine timing. Michael's smile is heaven acknowledging that you held on longer than the struggle wanted you to. You pressed forward when the enemy expected you to break. You continued believing even when discouragement tried to suffocate your hope. And heaven honors that kind of endurance. Some people believe angels intervene randomly, but I tell you as a father to his beloved child, angels move when destiny demands movement. Michael's smile means destiny has recognized you. It means the path you have walked, with all its pain and trials, was not unnoticed. It means that heaven has looked upon your journey and said, "This one did not quit. This one is ready. This one has come through the fire and is prepared to receive the promise." Think of that moment in the spiritual realm. Think of Michael standing tall, sword lowered not in defeat, but in completion. The battle is over. The enemy has been silenced. The clouds of delay have been scattered. And then, across his face a smile appears. It is the smile of a warrior who has fought for you. It is the smile of an angel who has witnessed your suffering and now witnesses your victory. It is the smile of heaven celebrating you. Do you know what that smile says? It says your miracle is no longer being formed. It is finished. It says your breakthrough is no longer waiting for approval. It has been approved. It says your prayers are no longer in review. They have been stamped with divine acceptance. That smile means everything that needed to be aligned, defended, prepared, and released has finally been completed. My beloved child, this is one of the highest honors heaven can give. When an angel smiles in your direction, heaven is acknowledging your journey. Heaven is recognizing your faith. Heaven is saying, "Well done for holding on. Well done for trusting. Well done for believing when everything around you tried to convince you otherwise." Many people pray for miracles, but not many understand the journey a miracle takes. You, however, have lived through the waiting, through the warfare, through the long nights where answers seemed silent. And still, you did not walk away. Still, you did not turn your heart cold. Still, you kept calling out to God even when the answers seemed distant. That endurance is what drew the attention of heaven. And when heaven acknowledges a person, everything in the spiritual realm shifts in their favor. Michael's smile is more than emotion. It is a decree. It declares that your miracle is safe. It declares that your breakthrough is protected. It declares that nothing, absolutely nothing, can now interfere with what has been released. The forces that once resisted you no longer have access. The obstacles that stood in your path have been removed. The weight that pressed on your spirit has been lifted. Michael's smile signals a finality to the battle that once surrounded you. But there is one more meaning to his smile. A deeper one. A personal one. It is the smile of recognition. Michael smiles because he sees who you are becoming. He sees your strength. He sees your growth. He sees the transformation that occurred inside you while you waited. He sees the faith that matured, the endurance that deepened, the trust that strengthened. And his smile acknowledges that you are not the same person who first cried for this miracle. You have been refined. You have been shaped. You have been prepared. This is why the miracle could not come early. Heaven needed you ready. Heaven needed you strengthened. Heaven needed you matured enough to carry what was coming. And now, heaven sees that you are ready. Michael sees it too. And his smile is the holy confirmation. My beloved child, lift your heart. For heaven is not only moving toward you, heaven is acknowledging you. The smile of Michael is heaven's way of celebrating a victory in your life that has already been won. My beloved child, stay close now, for what we are about to explore together is one of the most mysterious and beautiful truths of the spiritual realm. Many people think miracles appear in a single moment, as though they simply pop into existence at the very second they are needed. But miracles, my child, have a journey. They travel. They move. They fight through realms unseen. They pass through layers of resistance. They are shaped by divine hands and carried by angelic ones. Every miracle has a story. And your miracle, the one that has just arrived at your door, has journeyed through more spiritual terrain than you could ever imagine. Let us step into that journey for a moment. Imagine the very place where all miracles begin, the heart of God. Every miracle starts as a thought in the mind of the Almighty, a thought filled with love, intention, purpose, and destiny. Long before your miracle ever began its journey downward, it existed in the Father's desire for you. It was born out of His compassion. It was formed from His understanding of your pain, your hopes, and your calling. And once God decided it was time, the miracle was released. But, my beloved, the moment a miracle leaves the throne, it enters a realm full of movement. There are currents of glory, waves of light, angelic corridors, and spiritual pathways. Miracles do not drift. They are escorted. The angels assigned to your life are the first to receive the command. They surround the miracle and begin its journey toward you. Yet, there is something you must understand. The heavens are layered. Between the throne room and the earthly realm lie dimensions of spiritual conflict. These are the places where the enemy tries to interfere, resist, or delay what belongs to God's children. This is why some miracles take time. Not because God is slow, not because you are unworthy, and not because heaven forgot. It is because the miracle must pass through contested territory. Your miracle had to travel through regions where darkness attempted to block its way. There were moments when forces of resistance rose up to hinder it. I saw the light of what was coming toward you. They recognized the impact it would have on your future. They understood that once this miracle reached you, their influence over your life would diminish. They saw how much would change, how much would break, how many chains would fall. And so they tried. But the miracle did not travel alone. It was guarded. Angels shielded it. And over them, Archangel Michael stood watch. Every step your miracle took, Michael cleared the way. Every obstacle that appeared, he struck down. Every whisper of the enemy that attempted to create delay, he silenced. The miracle pushed forward, not because the journey was easy, but because heaven refused to let anything stop what was meant for you. There were moments, my child, when the miracle slowed, not from weakness but because spiritual warfare surged around it. This is why in certain seasons of your life, you felt tension without knowing why. You felt battles inside your spirit. You felt heaviness that had no explanation. You felt the enemy stirring against you. It was because your miracle was passing through the final layers of resistance. Your spirit felt the tremors of a war you could not see. Yet through all of this, your miracle never turned back. It never paused in defeat. It never questioned its assignment. It kept moving, pushed forward by the decree of God, protected by the might of angels, and fueled by the faith you carried in your heart. Your prayers were like lanterns lighting the way, guiding the miracle closer and closer. And then came the moment heaven had been waiting for. Michael broke through the final barrier. The resistance shattered like glass under divine force. The atmosphere shifted, and suddenly the miracle entered the earthly realm, your realm. It became tangible. It became reachable. It became yours. It is at that moment, the moment the miracle crossed into your world, that Michael smiled. He smiled not only because the battle was over, but because he had watched the miracle travel from the throne of God all the way to your door. He had seen its journey, its struggles, its triumphs. He had seen how deeply you needed it. And he saw that nothing, absolutely nothing, had been able to stop it. My beloved child, you must understand the magnitude of what has happened. Your miracle was not random. It was favored. It was defended. It was preserved. It traveled through realms of light and shadow, through angels and adversaries, through warfare and worship. It came with purpose. It came with power. It came with the fingerprints of heaven all over it. This is why your heart feels different now. This is why the air around you feels charged. This is why something inside your spirit knows a shift has happened. You are feeling the arrival of what has journeyed so far to reach you. Your miracle stands before you now, breathing with destiny, glowing with divine fulfillment. It has traveled all the way from heaven to your door. And all that remains, my beloved child, is for you to claim it. My beloved child, now let your spirit settle, for we have come to one of the most sacred moments in this entire journey. You have followed the miracle from the throne of God, through warfare, through angelic corridors, through the final barriers of resistance. But now, something holy is unfolding right where you stand. The miracle, once distant and surrounded by heavenly fire, is no longer traveling. It has arrived. It stands at your door, waiting for you in the quiet space between heaven's sending and your receiving. I want you to picture this moment with the eyes of your heart. Imagine a soft glow settling just beyond the threshold of your life. It is not a physical light, yet everything around you feels illuminated by its presence. The miracle stands there, not as a stranger, but as something deeply familiar. It carries the scent of hope you once lost, the sound of prayers you whispered in secret, the warmth of tears that fell when no one else was watching. Your miracle knows your story. It was crafted for your story. The miracle does not knock with impatience. It waits, steady and certain, because heaven is never unsure of its timing. It waits because it knows you need a moment to breathe, to believe, to whisper within yourself, "Is this really happening for me?" And yes, it is. This is your moment. This is your hour. This is your visitation. There is something deeply tender about the way heaven delivers miracles. They do not burst in forcefully. They do not demand recognition. They stand at the door of your spirit, bringing peace, presence, and promise. Your miracle stands in that posture now. They hold no judgment. It carries no disappointment. It remembers no doubt. It only brings fulfillment. As you stand in this holy moment, notice how your heart responds. There is a stirring, a lifting, a gentle trembling inside of you. That is the internal recognition that what you prayed for has finally arrived. It is the awakening of faith that has been waiting for this confirmation. It is the whisper of heaven to your soul saying, "Open the door. Let it in. My child, Many people stand on the edge of their breakthrough yet never open the door. They fear disappointment. They fear hope. They fear change. But you, listen carefully. You have been prepared for this moment. Every trial, every season, every spiritual battle was shaping the version of you who stands here today. You are ready. You are capable. You are chosen to receive what stands before you. And look again, my beloved child. Not far behind the miracle stands Archangel Michael himself, watching, steady, victorious. His sword is lowered because the battle has been won. His smile remains because the assignment is complete. Heaven does not hover in uncertainty. Heaven celebrates when destiny arrives at its appointed place. Michael's presence is the seal of heaven's confidence in you. Your miracle is at your door. Your healing, your restoration, your answered prayer, your breakthrough, your provision, whatever name it carries in your life, it is here. Feel the atmosphere around you. Something has shifted. Something has settled. Something has opened. You did not imagine this moment. You did not dream it out of longing. This is spiritual reality unfolding in real time. And now, hear this clearly, for it is for you. The miracle is not waiting for permission from heaven. It already has heaven's approval. It is waiting for your acceptance. Miracles do not force themselves into lives. They enter through faith, through willingness, through surrender. All it takes is the opening of your spirit, the softening of your heart, the simple whisper, "I receive what God has sent." As you open the door in faith, something beautiful happens. A miracle steps forward. It blends into your life, into your circumstances, into your future. It transforms the atmosphere. It alters your story. And you will look back one day and realize that this moment, this very moment, was the turning point your soul had been waiting for. My beloved child, this is your miracle's arrival. This is heaven delivering what was promised. This is the sacred crossing between waiting and receiving. Do not shrink back from it. Do not overthink it. Do not second-guess it. This is your time to open the door wide and say, "Come in." And before we move forward, let me tell you this from the depths of my spirit. When heaven delivers a miracle this powerful, when angels have fought to bring it to you, when Archangel Michael smiles upon its arrival, then spreading this message becomes part of your calling. If this word has touched your heart, if it has stirred something holy within you, then let your voice be part of the heavenly echo. Share it, speak it, lift it up. Let others feel what you have felt. Let them hear the sound of breakthrough. In doing so, you join heaven's work, carrying light into places that still wait for miracles of their own. My beloved child, your miracle stands at your door. Open, receive, and step into the blessing heaven has released. My beloved child, now that the miracle stands at your door, there is something sacred you must understand. Many wonder why certain miracles arrive in their lives. They question their worth, their timing, their readiness. But today, let me speak gently into your spirit and reveal the truth that heaven has long known about you. This miracle chose you for a reason. It did not arrive by accident. It did not wander and find you by coincidence. It was assigned to you because heaven saw something within you that even you have not fully recognized. Let us go back for a moment, not to the throne room, not to the journey of the miracle, but to the shaping of your soul. You have walked through seasons that would have crushed others. You have endured pressures that should have broken you. You have survived moments that were designed to drain your hope. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing, still reaching for God. This is not weakness. This is not luck. This is strength forged through fire. And heaven sees that kind of strength. Your miracle chose you because you carry a resilience that darkness could not steal. Even on days when you felt fragile, heaven saw the warrior within you. Even when you thought faith was slipping from your hands, heaven saw how tightly your heart still clung to hope. Even when your voice trembled in prayer, heaven heard courage in that trembling. You must understand this, my child. Heaven never measures you by your flawless moments. Heaven measures you by your faithful ones. And there is another truth, one even more tender. Your miracle chose you because there were prayers you prayed that touched the heart of God in a profound way. You prayed not out of entitlement, but out of longing. You prayed not with arrogance, but with sincerity. You prayed not merely for yourself, but for those connected to you. Your heart carried compassion, forgiveness, gentleness, and endurance even in seasons when your own strength was low. Heaven remembers such prayers. Heaven responds to such purity. There is a story woven into your life, a story filled with trials and quiet victories. Heaven saw every chapter of that story. Heaven saw moments when you held your peace instead of fighting back. Heaven saw times when you gave even though you were empty. Heaven saw nights when you whispered to God because you had no strength to speak aloud. These things matter. These things are recorded. These things invite miracles. Your miracle chose you because your character has been shaped through process. You did not receive everything easily. You were not handed shortcuts. You walked the long way. You grew the slow way. And though the journey stretched you, it also refined you. It carved wisdom into your heart and deepened your compassion. It made room inside you for blessings that once would have overwhelmed you. Heaven does not release miracles into unprepared hands. Heaven releases miracles into matured ones. And your hands, though weary, are ready. My beloved child, listen closely, for this is important. Your miracle also chose you because you will steward it well. Some blessings fall into hands that misuse them, neglect them, or take them lightly. But not you. You know what it feels like to go without. You know what it feels like to wait longer than expected. You know what it feels like to hope even when everything seems hopeless. Because of this, you will treasure what heaven has given. You will protect it. You will honor it. And you will use it to lift others. Your miracle sees what you cannot yet see about yourself. It sees the light inside you. It sees the purity of your intentions. It sees the assignments connected to your future. Heaven knew that once this miracle reached your life, it would multiply. It would not end with you. It would overflow into others. The blessing released to you today will one day become the blessing that strengthens someone else. That is why heaven chose you. Miracles are entrusted to those who carry destiny within them. Do not doubt your worthiness, my beloved child. Heaven has already confirmed it. The fact that the miracle stands at your door is the testimony of your worth. It is the evidence that God has seen your journey and found you ready. If the miracle chose you, then you must accept what heaven already believes about you. You are capable. You are prepared. You are chosen. You are worthy of the blessing that has arrived. And now, breathe deeply for a moment. Feel the truth settle into your spirit. This miracle is not just something you desire. It is something that has desired you. It has waited for you to grow into the version of yourself who could carry it with purpose. You are that person now. You have stepped into that readiness. You are standing in the fulfillment of a divine timeline. My child, heaven has chosen well. You are the one your miracle belongs to. And as you open your heart to receive what God has sent, Remember this. Your life is about to shift into a new season, not because of chance, but because heaven looked at you and said, "This one is ready." My beloved child, before your miracle reached your door, there was a final battle, one that heaven fought on your behalf with a force you cannot fully comprehend. You see, every great breakthrough is preceded by a great resistance. The enemy does not surrender territory quietly. He does not step aside without a fight, especially not when the miracle coming toward you is destined to shift your life, elevate your purpose, and expose the plans of darkness that once hovered around your future. And so, there came a moment in the heavenly realms when the final war for your blessing erupted. Let me take you there, my child, not with your natural eyes, but with a vision of your spirit. Imagine a vast expanse between the realms of glory and the edge of the earthly world. It is a place where light and shadow collide, where angelic forces stand guard, where the passage of miracles is fiercely protected. Your miracle was passing through this sacred threshold when the adversary launched his last desperate assault. He knew what was coming to you. He knew that once this miracle arrived, the chains he tried to bind you with would break for good. He knew that your faith would rise, your voice would strengthen, and your destiny would accelerate. And so he gathered the remnants of resistance to block what heaven had already approved. But he made a grave miscalculation. He underestimated who was standing over your miracle. He underestimated who had been assigned to your life long before you ever took your first breath. Archangel Michael, the warrior of heaven, the defender of God's chosen, stood ready, not in fear, not in hesitation, but in authority that radiates like fire through eternity. When Michael enters a battle, he does not test the waters. He strikes with purpose. He commands with certainty. He moves with the backing of heaven itself. In that final battle, darkness rose up with all that remained of its strength. But Michael did not flinch. His wings unfurled with a roar that cracked through the spiritual atmosphere. His sword blazed with divine flame. The angels under his command formed a shield around your miracle, guarding it like a treasure forged in the heart of God. The enemy attempted to surround them, to create confusion, to twist pathways, to stir delays, but every tactic failed. Every strategy collapsed. Michael's presence turned the battlefield into holy ground where darkness could not stand. I want you to understand something important, my beloved child. During this time, you felt things in your spirit without knowing why. You felt tension rising. You felt a heaviness that seemed to come from nowhere. You felt pressure around your mind, around your emotions, around your sleep. You thought it was just stress, just life, just fatigue. But it was more. It was the echo of that battle. Your spirit felt the tremors of warfare because what belonged to you was being contested one final time. And when you felt weary, heaven saw it. When you felt confused, heaven understood. When you felt like giving up, heaven strengthened you. Not one of those moments went unnoticed. The angels assigned to you stood by your side while Michael fought above you. He whispered peace into your thoughts. They pushed back despair. They held back attacks meant to discourage you. You were not alone for even a moment. Heaven surrounded you while the final battle raged. Then came the turning point. Michael lifted his sword high, and with one decisive strike, he shattered the last barrier that stood between your miracle and your life. The resistance broke. Darkness retreated. The atmosphere split open, and a sound, unheard by human ears but thunderous in the heavens, signaled the victory. That was the moment your breakthrough ceased to be something you were waiting for and became something that was guaranteed. The miracle was released in full glory. Nothing could touch it. Nothing could delay it. Nothing could claim it. And as Michael watched it begin its descent toward you, his face softened, and the smile you heard about earlier broke across him. That smile was born in this victory. That smile was the seal that the last battle had been won. My beloved child, the struggles you felt before your miracle arrived were not signs of failure. They were signs of impending breakthrough. The pressure was not a punishment. It was the evidence that the enemy knew he was losing his hold. You endured what many never survive, and you stood long enough for heaven to finish the fight. Now the battle is over. The miracle has arrived. The warfare has ended. And the same Michael who fought for you now stands watching you, not as a warrior in battle, but as a guardian celebrating your victory. My beloved child, now that the final battle has been won, now that your miracle has arrived at your door with the blessing of heaven upon it, we come to a moment that belongs entirely to you. Heaven has done its part. The angels have done their part. Archangel Michael has done his part. But now, it is your heart that must rise. For every miracle, no matter how powerful, still requires a moment of claiming. A moment when the human spirit reaches out and receives what God has released. Let me speak gently to you now, for this moment is tender. So many people stand on the edge of their breakthrough, surrounded by divine gifts, yet they step back in hesitation. Not because they are ungrateful, but because they carry wounds from past disappointments. They fear that if they reach out, the blessing might vanish. They fear that hope might betray them again. They fear that good things are meant for others, but not for themselves. If this hesitation whispers in your soul, know this, my child, it is not your voice. It is the residue of old battles. And today, that residue must fall away. Your miracle is not fragile. It is not uncertain. It is not temporary. It is established by heaven itself. What God has sent to you cannot be revoked by fear, cannot be undone by doubt, and cannot be stolen by the enemy. It has been sealed by the victory of Michael and the authority of the Most High. All that remains is for you to open your heart and claim it. But how does one claim a miracle? Not through striving, not through struggle, not through force. Miracles are claimed through surrender, through a quiet, steady, confident acceptance that what is yours has finally come home. You claim a miracle when you decide to believe again, when you choose to trust that this time is not like the last time, when you allow joy to return to places in your soul that have been guarded for too long, when you open the door not with fear but with expectation. My beloved child, step into this truth. Receiving is an act of worship. It is a declaration that God has not failed you. It is a testimony that your waiting was worth it. It is an honor to heaven, showing that you trust the gift enough to embrace it fully. When you receive what heaven has sent, you align yourself with divine intention. You come into agreement with what the spiritual realm has already settled. And hear this clearly. The moment you claim your miracle, the atmosphere of your life begins to transform. The weight you have carried loosens. The heaviness around your spirit lifts. The lingering battles that once seemed endless dissolve. Your mind becomes clear. Your heart becomes lighter. It is as if the miracle itself breathes new life into the deepest parts of you. Let me take you further, my child, for there is something more. When you claim a miracle, you step into a new version of yourself. Not because the miracle changes who you are, but because it reveals who you were always meant to be. It awakens confidence. It stirs courage. It strengthens purpose. It tells your spirit you are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. Heaven has chosen you. And so, Stand before this holy moment with boldness. You are not claiming something fragile. You are claiming something eternal. You are not taking something that does not belong to you. You are receiving what was written in your destiny long before you ever understood it. Your miracle is not the beginning of a blessing. It is the confirmation of a promise. Lift your spirit, my beloved child. Let the walls around your heart soften. Let the doubts melt away. Let the old wounds lose their hold. Whisper quietly, or speak boldly, whichever your heart desires, but let these words rise from within you. I receive what heaven has sent. And as you say it, imagine the miracle stepping fully into your life. Feel its warmth settling in your home, in your relationships, in your health, in your future, in your spirit. Feel the shift. Feel the peace. Feel the alignment. For this is the moment heaven has prepared you for. The moment your long nights whispered about. The moment your tears prayed for. The moment your faith waited on. Your miracle has arrived, and now you have claimed it. My beloved child, now that you have claimed the miracle that heaven has delivered, a new season unfolds before you. This is not merely a change of circumstances. It is the beginning of a divine transition, a shift that touches every part of your life. You are not stepping into this new season alone. The same heavenly forces that fought for your miracle now walk with you as you move forward. And among them, still standing tall in radiant strength, is Archangel Michael. This new season is not a quiet whisper. It is a declaration from heaven that the old things have passed away. The chains that once held you back have fallen. The delays that once stretched your heart have ended. The heaviness that sat on your spirit like a shadow has been lifted. You stand now in a landscape made clean by victory. Michael did not only fight to deliver your miracle, he also fought to free your path. What once hindered you has been cleared away. But let me speak truth into your spirit, my beloved child. Stepping into a new season requires awareness. Many people receive miracles yet continue to walk as though nothing has changed. They carry old mindsets into new blessings. They hold old fears in new territory. They treat a new promise with the weight of old wounds. You must not do this. This new season requires a new posture. Lift your head. Open your heart. Walk forward with the confidence of someone chosen by heaven itself. Michael now walks beside you not in battle formation, but in guidance. His presence in the season is one of alignment. He helps you recognize what is from God and what is not. He strengthens your discernment. He clears away distractions that try to steal your focus. He guards the miracle that has entered your life, ensuring that nothing tries to sabotage the blessing you now carry. His strength now becomes your shield as you step forward. In this season, you will notice subtle changes in your spirit. You will find yourself thinking differently, seeing differently, responding differently. The miracle you have received has awakened something inside you. Your identity. For the first time, you will begin to understand who you truly are, not through the lens of your struggles, but through the lens of heaven's intention. You will see yourself not as someone barely surviving, but as someone heaven defends. You will carry yourself not as someone waiting for help, but as someone walking in divine endorsement. My beloved child, allow this transformation to unfold. Do not shrink back into old limitations. When opportunities open, step into them. When new doors appear, walk through them. When old fears whisper, silence them with the truth of your victory. You have entered a season where God is not only giving miracles, but also positioning you for purpose. This miracle was not the end of something. It was the beginning. and notice the signs around you, for heaven never sends you into a new season without markers. You will feel clarity where there once was confusion. You will feel strength where there once was weakness. You will feel peace in moments that once stirred anxiety. You will feel a pulling toward things that align with your calling and a release from things that no longer serve your destiny. This is Michael's guidance. This is heaven's way of shaping your steps. Walking with Michael into this new season also means walking with courage. The enemy may try to whisper lies, but they no longer hold power. His access hath been revoked. His influence hath been shattered. He lost his claim when the miracle broke through. Michael's victory sealed your protection. So walk boldly, my child. Do not second-guess what God has already approved. Do not doubt what heaven has already announced. Step forward with the confidence of someone escorted by angels. Your story now changes direction. You are walking into restoration. You are walking into elevation. You are walking into clarity, joy, purpose, and divine fulfillment. The season you are entering is not marked by survival. It is marked by flourishing. It is marked by new strength. It is marked by answered prayers becoming daily reality. And in every step, remember this: you are not walking alone. Michael walks beside you. Heaven walks behind you. A miracle walks within you. And God walks before you, clearing paths you do not yet see. Trust the guidance of heaven. Trust the shift in your spirit. Trust the newness unfolding around you. My beloved child, you have walked through battle, waiting, breakthrough, and receiving. Now you walk into destiny. My beloved child, as we come to the closing of this sacred journey, let your heart rest in the presence that surrounds you even now. You have walked through revelation after revelation. You have seen the heavens shift. You have seen the journey of your miracle. You have felt the battles that raged on your behalf. And you have witnessed the moment when Archangel Michael smiled because your victory was sealed. Now you stand in a place that is holy. A place that marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. A place of completion, fulfillment, and divine certainty. This moment is not accidental. It is not random. It is a moment heaven ordained for you. Everything you have endured, every trial you have survived, every tear you have shed, every prayer you whispered in the quiet hours, all of it has led to this season of breakthrough. And now, as you step forward, heaven seals over you a blessing that nothing can remove. My beloved child, may your spirit be filled with the peace that surpasses understanding, the peace that comes not from circumstances but from knowing that heaven has fought for you. May your heart be anchored in the truth that your miracle is not temporary, not fragile, not uncertain. It is established, fortified, and protected. May your steps be guided by the same angels who carried your blessing through the realms above. May your discernment sharpen, your courage deepen, and your faith grow stronger than ever before. There will be days when you look back on this moment and realize just how far God has carried you. There will be mornings when you wake with a new sense of purpose, evenings when peace settles over you like a covering, and silent moments when you feel the nearness of heaven in a way you never have before. Walk gently into those moments. They are reminders that you are not alone. They are reminders that the God who moves mountains has moved them for you. And as you enter the fullness of this new season, may the blessings that heaven has unlocked begin to unfold in ways that leave you in awe. May what was once delayed now come quickly. May what was once resisted now flow with ease. May doors open that no man can shut. May clarity replace confusion. May joy replace heaviness. May strength replace exhaustion. May the miracle standing at your door become the miracle living in your hands. You are stepping into days shaped by divine intention. Days where favor surrounds you. Days where grace accompanies you. Days where Michael himself walks beside you, ensuring that no shadow, no lie, and no fear can take from you what heaven has delivered. The season ahead will not look like the ones behind you. It will not carry the weight of past battles. It will not mirror old disappointments. It will carry the fragrance of breakthrough. It will carry the rhythm of answered prayer. It will carry the beauty of divine timing. My beloved child, before we conclude, let me speak this final blessing over you. May the light of God shine on your path. May the hand of God strengthen your journey. May the voice of God guide your decisions, and may the love of God surround you in every step you take. Your story has shifted. Your time has come. Your miracle has arrived. And heaven itself rejoices over you. If this message has stirred your spirit, if it has blessed your heart, then let your response be part of heaven's echo. Share these words. Speak this blessing. Lift this message so others may also find hope, healing, and breakthrough. Let your voice carry this light into the world, for there are many still waiting at the edge of their own miracles, and your sharing may be the very spark that guides them forward. Walk now in confidence, in peace, and in the certainty of God's love. Amen.